Hi everybody, Scott Fortunoff here, president of Studio E Fabrics. Today I'm here to show you our July shipping collections, which is right around the corner. So let's check it out. So we start out here with this line called Fractal Flowers by Art Loft, and it's a digital collection, and our digital collections are produced in Pakistan. We start out here with a 24-inch repeat, and you will notice that there is no there is no selvage mark for the colors because digital has so many colors. So here we have these beautiful flowers, and she calls them fractal flowers because they're made up of all these small lines. So really cool, really colorful, and this is what digital is all about. So many colors laying on top of each other to make these great designs. So here we go, more of the fractal flowers, really cool, very fun, really creative. I mean, just so much going on in there, so much color. You get really good value out of this as far as the colors go. So let's check out the supporting cast. Lots of fun stuff in here. So first off, we start with these dots. How fun are these? You know, this could work with anything, whether it's fractal flowers or any collection that you have in your shop. And then here we go on to more of the flowers. So here we have the white ground with the cool flowers. And again, think of all the time it must have taken to make all these flowers. A lot goes into this. And again, digital is perfect. So here we have the leaves. And again, even these have a ton of color going on in them. If you look into one leaf, I see lots of shades of green and blue and then yellow all in there. And then I open this one up because it's just so cool. It reminds me of those things where you put the strings and then you make all the lines, and it just makes these perfect shapes. So here it's just really perfect, very symmetrical, and again, the fractal flowers are beautiful. So here we have another big one that they did on green with these cool colors in the background, and then a graphic, and then just kind of a blender using a bunch of the colors, and let's call it a flattened out chevron. And then I call this is like a slinky to me. When we were kids, we had these slinkies. It looks just like a colorful slinky. So great fun line here, perfect for digital. You'll definitely get good value out of this one because there's so much going on. So this is Fractal Flowers by Art Loft Studio for Studio E Fabrics. The next July shipping line from Studio E Fabrics is Scarlet Farms by Harry W. Smith. And here we go. It's basically a nice farm line in red, gray, black, and white, which is always very popular. Check out the cute selvage here. They did little cows. But so here, these are the blocks. They probably look around 10 by 10. So here we have the barn and the cow, and then we have the cows on the land, little bird, tractor, little pigs, and then more of the farm and the birds and the cows, and then we have the little roosters down here, and then you have the windmill all around. So let's check out the rest of the line, supporting cast. So here's like kind of like a scenic, where you have the different motifs kind of just hanging out there, and you could use those in a lot of different ways or fussy cut them, all the same motifs as I mentioned before. And then we move to this gray ground print with the tractors and little chickens and birds. And then we have the black and white dot ground with the silhouettes of all the different animals. And then we have the gray ground with the cows and the pigs, a lot of different animals kind of set, more lined up instead of tossed. And then here we have a little plant. And then we did the cotton. We always do the cotton because it always is very popular with our customers. They love the cotton because, of course, we're in the fabric business. So we have the red ground with the cotton balls, and then the black ground with the cotton balls. Then we have the windmills on the red, the windmills on the black, and then we snuck in a white on white. And if Marcus, you could get this, it's kind of a flowing wheat. So you could see that. All right, so this is white on white where it's little paste on top of the fabric, and that lasts for probably 5 to 10 washes. So that's Scarlet Farm by Harry W. Smith. The next Studio E July shipping collection is Sweet Dreams by Victoria Hudo. And this is a juvenile line, adorable. We start out here with a 36-inch panel, which, you know, we tend to do more 36-inch panels with the kids' lines because it's something you can make an easy quilt with. But here you could check out the selvage too. We have the little stars, so it says Sweet Dreams, and we have the little sheep counting. And then you have the little stars in the background and a nice cut line there. So let's check it out. When I get my samples, sometimes I get them in head ends, which are the larger pieces, usually half yard cut. Sometimes I get them on caps. In this situation, I got them in caps. So I'm just going to show it to you like this. And again, here's the selvage. So we have these cute little sheep. And then we're going to move to the next one. And then we have the sheep again on the gray ground. And then we have the numbers on the yellow. And then this is the front again. I guess these go back and forth, front and back. So here you could check this side. We have the little sheep in the circles. And then we have a nice star print on the yellow. Then we have the star print on the white. Then the different star print on gray. And then you have your stripe. Let's see, when I open it, you can see. So here we could lift that up, and you can see what the stripe looks like, and it keeps saying Sweet Dreams. And then we have these little blocks with the circles and stars inside. So that is Sweet Dreams by Victoria Hudo. The next July shipping collection from Studio E Fabrics is a 108 line, and it's by Chelsea Design Works, and it's called Blooming Beauty. It's in 6 colorways, and it's digitally printed in Pakistan. These are 18-yard bolts. I forget the name of the line, but we had a line like this with similar colors in the past, and it did do very well, so we kind of mimicked that idea. We do look at the histories to see how things went. I do know the black and white ground versions in the multicolor did very well, so we brought those back again. So here you have this, these beautiful leaves, lots of colors. Again, you could see why it's digital. So many colors kind of tied in here together. These two definitely need to be digital, but the other ones really don't because they're simple. But obviously, we like to keep the fabric in the same quality and the same mill, so we do it all there. So here you have the multi version on white. You have the black, gray, and a little bit of white in there. You have the white and gray and a little bit of black. You have the black ground with the multicolored primary, and then you have the rich royal blue and the beautiful purple. So those are the 6 colors, and that's the newest 108 line called Blooming Beauty by Chelsea Design Works for Studio E. Hi everyone, this is Scott Fortunat, president of Henry Glass Fabrics. Today I wanted to show you the July shipping collections, and let's start out here. This one is called Flurry Friends, and it's by Barb Tortolo. And we start out with a 24-inch panel. And you can see up here she used little mittens for the selvage. And it just happens to feel the fabric. Feels really nice. But so here we have this great snowman with all the little animals, bunnies and squirrels frolicking around, and birds as well. And then you have this nice snowflake print on the outside border. And then that same snowflake print is used around the blocks. So we have little blocks with the snowman and the bunny, snowman and the reindeer, snowman and the birdhouse, snowman and the bunnies, snowman and the polar bear, and snowman and the fox and the reindeer. And then here, let's check out the supporting cast. So here we have a nice stripe, has most of those same motifs in there with Christmas tree ornaments, little pine trees. And then we move on. So here you have a blue ground with the different animals in all tossed. We have this really nice light blue, or let's call it almost an aqua, with the gloves. And then we have these all overs, which both have the snowflake background and the different snowmen and the poses with the different characters in the line on the dark blue. And then we have it on the light blue. And then most of the stuff here are mostly coordinates. So you have like the trees, outdoor scenic, snowflakes on the dark blue, snowflakes on the light blue, a white pin dot on blue, a large snowflake on blue, this really nice plaid, really, really nice, just feels really nice too, and then this great snowflake that we have in the 2 panels that I showed you earlier. So that is Flurry Friends by Barb Tortolo for Henry Glass Fabrics. The next Henry Glass July shipping collection is Winter Rendezvous by Jan Shade Beach, and this is a flannel line. I was just admiring this as I was feeling it as we were setting it up, and it feels so amazing. It's the 2-ply flannel, and it's fantastic. So here we have a little selvage with snowflakes. We have these little triangles, little dots on the background, and then we have the blocks. So you got the Santa, the cabin, the deer, the snowman, the polar bear, the trees, and then the reindeer. And then we move on to the supporting cast, and this here we have a stripe, which uses most of those same motifs, and we keep repeating it. And then a bunch of coordinates here too. So we have a nice plaid. Here's those triangles that I mentioned. Here's the reindeer. And then we have the polar bears on the red ground. And again, it just feels so nice. And then we move to the smaller snowmen with little snowflakes in the background on the light gray. And then we did on the darker gray. And then we have the trees with those triangle shapes in there as well. We did it on the gray and then on the red. And the red is so nice, feels great. And then we move down here to the snowflakes. And we have the red on the white. We have the gray on the white. And then we have these little vines, the gray on the gray and the red on the red. So that is Winter Rendezvous by Jan Shade Beach. The next Henry Glass July shipping collection is called Gnome Town Heroes, and it's by Leanne Anderson and Caitlin Kubler, mother and daughter team from the Whole Country Caboodle. And here we start out here with a panel with these different blocks on it. You could cut these out and use them in lots of different ways. These are great. And check out the selvage. The selvage has these fun kind of star prints, and obviously you could see there's a P here, so it is a panel. And then we go on to these little Gnome Town Hero dolls. So these are, you cut them out and sew them together, probably put some batting in there or some fill. And that's another great thing, fun for the kids. And then we have a book panel, also fun for the kids, talking about all the Gnome Town heroes out there. And this 36-inch panel, and it has all the instructions here on the bottom of how to put it together. So this line came to me as a cap set, as opposed to head ends, which come usually about a half a yard or something like that. So here's the Gnome Town Hero stripe. And then we have all the vehicles for the Gnome Town Heroes. Boats, tractors, police cars, fire engines, trucks. And then we have the yellow version. Army tanks, fire engines, buses, ambulances, and here's the small version of the little dolls. And then different kind of words: police officer, scientist, engineer, quilter. And then more words: helpful, smart, loyal, caring, confident. And then this fun swirl. And then in addition, we added a few new colors to Leanne's bias plaid. So we have the gray, the green, and the purple. So that's Gnome Town Hero by Leanne Anderson and Caitlin Kubler, the mother-daughter team for Henry Glass Fabrics. The next July shipping line from Henry Glass Fabrics is by Kim Deal, and it's called Chocolate-Covered Cherries. So let's check it out here. Lots of small prints. We lined them up here. Marcus and I just played a fun game of match. We had to get all the same ones together. So let's start out right here. So these are the striped heart blossoms on the green. And then we move on to the fancy leaves on that pink. And then we have the same fancy leaves on that light yellow. And then we move on to the stair striped boxes. And then here we have this nice floral on the pink. And then we have the same floral on the green. And then we have the fleur-de-lis. And then we move on to a nice swagged bouquet. And then we move on to a foulard. Sprigged blooms on that pink. Sprigged blooms on the green. And then we go to the again, the same one. Sprigged blooms on the dark green. So this was the brown, this is the green. And then we have the polka dot clusters. And then we have wreath circles, teardrop sprays, star clusters. Then we have the ditzy geometric in two colors, the brown and the burgundy. And then we have the dots and the rings. And then we just have dots. And then we wind it down with the clamshell, pear orchard, and the crosshatch in the green and the burgundy. And there you have it, another masterpiece by Kim Deal in chocolate-covered cherries for Henry Glass Fabrics. The next July shipping collection is also by Kim Deal. This is a 108 line, and it's called Cottage Linens. And this collection has 6 SKUs. It's inspired by timeless textures, florals, and stripes. These softly hued designs are nestled onto backgrounds of toasted marshmallow, creamy ivory, vintage lace, and sun-washed aqua, with added accents including sage green, burnt orange, cranberry, and chocolate. These prints will perfectly complement your most treasured quilt projects and will work extremely well with Kim's line. So let's start here. Down here we have this stylized foulard, and then we move on to this vintage floral. And then we have another vintage floral, very detailed. And then we go to a textured stripe, the rosebud on the vine, and then we have the mandala all over in taupe. So there you have it, 6 new 108s called Cottage Linens by Kim Deal for Henry Glass Fabrics. The next Henry Glass July shipping video is called Moonbeams and Rainbows by Kate Maudsley. Really cute juvenile line, and here we start out with this 36-inch panel, and those are always great because you could just put a couple borders on or just the backing, and you have a nice little quilt for a kid. But check out the great colors and these fun little unicorns with the paint splotches inside, nice trees, and then this lovely rainbow with birds and butterflies and clouds. And then before we do that, I want to show you the selvage because it is really a cool selvage. If you're collecting selvages, I think this is a winner. Then we move on. We have a book. Again, this is a 36-inch panel. All the instructions are down here, and you could put the book together. And then let's move on to the supporting cast. So then we have the stripe with all the unicorns and the leaves and the little plants. And then we move to these different squares or blocks that you could cut out or use as is. And then we have these tiny little blocks that are about 1 inch by 1 inch with these little cute birds in different poses. Nice little flowers and butterflies on the blue ground with the white dot. And then we have this purple ground with these really colorful birds and really nice leaves. And again, the fabric feels really nice and crisp. And here we have the rainbows and the unicorns and a toss with the butterflies. And then we go back to those little birdies, a toss all over of that. We tossed it, which is nice. I know our customers will like that. And then we move on to the coordinates or the smaller prints, and we have these little trees, this nice little stripe with the paint splotches on it, and then a little star and flower print. So that is Moonbeams and Rainbows by Kate Maudsley for Henry Glass Fabrics. Hey everybody, Scott Fortunoff here, president of the Blank Quilting Corporation. Today I'm going to show you the July shipping collections. Really excited about them. And today the first line that we have is called Reflections, and it's by Mandy Boudin. And it's really cool, very abstract. We start off here. Let me just be clear. This is the panel. There are 2 panels, but this is the cut line that we use. So this is a 24-inch panel, and it's supposed to be a very abstract outdoor scene with trees and clouds and flowers and grass and stuff like that. So now let's go to the line. And as I mentioned, the clouds, those are pretty clear, but then they get a little bit more abstract as we go on. So here we have trees. You could see that for sure. And then we have rainbows. You could see that. This is kind of a mishmash. This one is flowers. These are supposed to be the tree trunks. And then these are just more abstract, geometric. You could call them flowers. We did it in blue, and then a red version. And then we have this linear geometric on this yellow, which is really nice and sharp with the orange and red. And then, the blue, purple, and green. So that's Reflections by Mandy Boudin for Blank Quilting. The next Blank Quilting July shipping collection is Out to Pasture by Emma Leach, who's a prolific designer for Blank Quilting. And this is a farm line, really cute. These are blocks. So, and also you could see the selvage. We did these cute little flowers. But, we have a duck, the cow, the pig, the rooster, sheep, horse, and then we keep repeating. And then we have the words as well. And then on the side, you have this nice apple on the border. So here with the supporting cast, we have a nice all-over scenic with all those same motifs. Really nice, would make a nice center to the quilt, and just a nice, fun farm. So here we go on to tractors, and then here we have another kind of scenic with some words in the background. This one is more about the barns, tractors, a little bit of milk, and then the same in the background you could see here, and the tractor. And then we have an all-over toss with all the animals and some little flowers in between. Cute little duck print. the apples that I mentioned that was on the border. We have an all over that, and then we have the eggs, and then we go on to the chicken wire, and then we have the different chickens laying eggs and the little ducklings, and then we have more of the same on a more set background. So that's it. That is Out to Pasture by Emma Leach. So let's wind down the July shipping collections with some 108. I have two 108 collections I want to finish off with. And again, all of our 108s are printed in Pakistan. They're 18-yard put-ups, and they're really nice. So let's go. So here we have this first one. It's called Oberon, and I wanted you to see the whole layout of the design. It has a lot of overlapping, which is very neat, but nothing decipherable or too decipherable. But a lot going on, a lot of interest, and we did it in 5 colors. So you have the black gray, we have the light gray version, we have this nice red version, and then we move over to the cream and the royal blue. So the other 108 collection that I wanted to talk to you about is Starlet. So a lot of times we have basic collections like Jot Dot for blank quilting, where we use the same line and use it for 108. So Starlet was a line, a basic and 45-inch that Blank had before we bought them, and it continues to run. So we figured we'd give it a shot on 108. And you can't go too wrong with stars. It's pretty simple, very subtle, doesn't do anything too crazy with your quilt. But we did it in 5 colors. So we start here with the royal blue, and then we have the pigment white, which I don't know if you could see, but it's very small, very subtle, really nice. And then you have the red with the white stars, and then we have the purple with the white stars, and then we finish it off with the black and white stars. So those are all the July shipping collections for the Blank Quilting Corporation. I hope you've gotten them if you're a shop owner, and if you're a consumer, go to your local shop. Hopefully they'll have these in very soon if they don't have them already. So have a great day. This is Scott Fortunoff, President of the Blank Quilting Corporation, signing off. Bye.